Okay, hello homesteaders. We just got back from a hike. I took a lot of people's advice and took a breather from some of the projects. New Year's is this week, so it's going to be the start of the new year. Trying to get kick off on that. I actually did my first run of the year for 2024 this week, so trying to get back into shape. Never too late to start. Weather's been great. We did a couple great hikes and a couple great different parks. One of them was this natural bridge park. I'll put the description in the video notes. Wonderful park. I mean, just absolutely just gorgeous park. And one of the things I don't know if a lot of people don't realize, at least in this area by the Buffalo River, all the parks are free. Outdoor recreation, if that's your thing, which is one of the main reasons we moved here, was for the outdoor recreation. And it's just, it's unbelievable how many places are right by us. And so we did that hike yesterday, believe it or not. And then we did take a detour of like an hour and a half to go to Chick-fil-A, but that's a whole different story. I gotta love the Chick-fil-A. Today we went to Horseshoe Canyon, and another great gem. And if you're a local resident, it's free day passes. So that makes it worthwhile too, because it's pretty epic for rock climbing, hiking, just looking at the llamas and goats and cows. They're getting a donkey. I mean, it's just a cool park. I'm not really big into mountain biking anymore, but it is pretty cool for that too though. But it's just a epic place to go. I was gonna do a review. Normally Monday videos are a review. This is gonna be just a review of those parks, because like I said, that natural bridge park, really neat. You go there and there's just tons of caves and that you can go into, explore, and there's some waterfalls. There's also the natural bridge. I mean, it's pretty cool. The trail goes across the top of the natural bridge, but then you can go on a side trail and get underneath the natural bridge, and it's just really cool. Totally worth it to go to. And then Horseshoe Canyon. Horseshoe Canyon is just a really neat place. I think the Waltons bought it. Somebody like the younger kids in the Waltons, I don't know how the locals say it out here, like the G3s or G4, Generation 3, whatever. Some of the younger ones that are into mountain biking. Horseshoe Canyon was known as a rock climbing area. A long time I've known it. It was like a dude ranch with like rock climbing there. And then now it is still rock climbing, hiking, And mountain biking is the big theme, but they've got cabin rentals there, a restaurant there, a swimming pool. I mean, all kinds of, it's just a really neat outdoorsy kind of place to go. And we just went there and did some day hiking just to check out the trails, check out the climbing, see what to expect for future trips. And then we had lunch there because there's all kinds of trails. There's like a river running through there, stream, river, probably a stream. And, you know, brought the jet boil with, tried some Adobe Mountain House chicken. Even though we have our own freeze dryer, we still like to buy the freeze-dried meals that are Mountain House and are gluten-free just to have on hand. And if we decide to go to the park and just want to take a quick lunch, we grab the Mountain House, some water, grab one of those, our super long spork set, because those pouches are really deep. So having a good long spork, and so you can get into the bottom of those pouches. And then the big thing too with those pouches is you want to pack it out because they don't have a lot of trash cans there. You know, you want to keep these parks clean. But you could do this at any of the parks. Just take your Mountain House, a jet boil, or some type of a stove, a small stove, and just something to cook some hot water. You can make a chicken broth meal, Mountain House, you know, hot cocoa, something, you know, just a warm brew, and it just helps out when you're hiking. Because today's really warm right now, but in the canyon it was like probably felt about 10 degrees cooler, and it was just a really neat place. Totally worth it to go though. And then the Mountain House was great. The Adobe chicken that we had was gluten-free, and you know, 25 plus year shelf life, you know, so either for the zombie apocalypse or just when you want to go hiking. And a meal for 2 people, it was, I think the price tag was still on it. We bought it on sale someplace for $8. You have to kind of watch Mountain House and a lot of these brands because they used to sell, they still do sell at Walmart and some other big box stores, but you got to look at the weights and the serving size. Ours was one of the ones, I think like originally like REI had it or something like that, one of the bigger, and it's a true 2-person serving size, and it filled both of us up. But really good, tasted really good, tasted just like something out of a restaurant. So we're at the creek, you know, eating our lunch, and then we went and finished our hike. And then at Horseshoe Canyon Ranch's visitor center, they call it like a little shop store there, you can get espresso, coffee, drinks like that. And you know, I got a coffee, and then we drove home. But it's there's a water crossing to get into Horseshoe Canyon, which is kind of neat. I mean, our Hyundai made it, so I mean, it's more just looks cool, but it's a low water bridge that's usually got water. The last couple times I've been to Horseshoe Canyon, I've just never checked in and went walking around. I drove there a few times just to check it out, but every time I've gone there, I had to cross water, so it's nothing. You know, if our little Hyundai can make it, and most people's cars can make it, it's just kind of a neat thing. But short video, just quick review of that mountain house, quick review of those 2 trails in this area. There's just unlimited amount of hiking and climbing and outdoor activities, and want to wish everybody a Happy New Year. The reason I'm doing this now is because I still got a lot of work to do. Obviously I'm sitting next to the trailer. I'll show you. I'm kind of taking a breather from it though, but and just really thinking it out and just trying to plan what I'm going to do. But I'll show you what's going on here right now, just to give you a better view. I took off this lattice on this other side. Okay, you can see underneath here, it's 2x12s. They just doubled up 2 2x12s and then did another one over there. And they put some angle iron on that side to kind of give it some lateral support. But if you look at this side, there is 0 lateral support. And if you look at this, I know it's hard to tell now, but this doubled up 2x12 is starting to warp. And if you look down it, they actually put a 3rd one towards the end. It's really weird. I don't know if you can see down there. It's kind of hard to see. But there are some bolts that are on the wagon frame. It's really hard to see. Maybe you can see in there now, that are not even tight. They're at a weird angle, and there's literally nothing holding these beams laterally. So that kind of scares me a little bit. And then these jack stands that are here are totally inadequate for supporting this. And the way this is cantilevered out, it's not probably too much cantilevered out for the size. They are also 2x12s, I believe, up there. They're pretty big. They're 2x12s or 2x10s. I believe they're 2x12s. They're 2x12s. So, and it's less than 6 feet, the cantilevered size. So it's probably adequate, but if I had jack stands every other 2x12, it'd probably be good. You can see I started right here. I put a pad down, a cinder block, and then the plan is to take some treated wood, 2x6s, I believe, maybe bigger, and then cut them and then stack them on top, kind of flat on there, and then get it to the point where it's touching this beam, and then get my bottle jack up this end, and then set it on there, and then do the same thing over here on this side, and then, okay, back down over on this end, and then do the same on this end. But as you can see, there's like ratchet straps holding this thing. They're loose. So, I mean, and you can see this is what kind of sketch right here. See the gap in that bracing? There's literally, this is just so weird that there's literally no bracing whatsoever, keeping this double 2x12 from flexing out laterally. I mean, there's nothing. It's really weird, and it's kind of scary. And you can see these tires. I don't know if you can see down there, big crack on the side. I mean, the tires pretty much blew out. They're just, yeah, it's a mess. But, oh shoot, I almost just fell over. You can see the other one's pretty much flat over there. I'm going to put some lateral bracing on these 2x12 beams on the bottom here that are on the wagon frame. I just, in my mind, previous life, previous job, I was pretty much paid to think up what could go wrong. And looking at it, I can just see these things flexing out and this thing tilting over to one side, just slowly flexing and then just them giving out, and this thing pretty much rolling on its side, you know. That's what could happen. And I'm assuming that is why they put these ratchet straps here, so that wouldn't happen. And let's go up in here. I shouldn't be under here today because it's really warm. These are really loose. I mean, I should probably snug these up just to keep this thing. You can see there's another ratchet strap down there. It's just some really weird bracing. This thing is just so sketchy. But yeah, it's these jack stands are not the right kind. They really shouldn't. I mean, you could see there's a lot of weight there. They're bending. This is just not good. I don't even feel good being under here, but I'm starting to work on this. I'm trying to just get it better. And same with this end down here. I'm gonna put this end on cement too. I did contact a guy that does all this. It's just unfortunate he's not gonna be able to get out here for a few weeks, and I don't know if I can wait that long. So I plan on doing as much as I can myself. But you can see, and I don't know what they did down here, this 2x12 beam used to go to this very end, and you can see that they cut it out. You can see the screws sitting out over there, and they cut it out. They cut it off. Like, I don't know why they would have done that. Okay, but I'm gonna leave it at there because I could just go on and on about this. I mean, obviously it's just not built very well, and it just needs to be fixed. So that's my goal. Like my wife said, it's been standing for a while, probably not right for a while. It'll stand a little longer, but the good thing is just I got to get it addressed, and I will. So that's what I will be doing. Start of the new year. I'll worry about it next year, as they say. So with that said, I'm gonna just keep rambling, and I don't want to, but have a good new year. Everybody that's been following this channel since I quit my job and moved to the Ozarks, thanks. It's been a year. The next year it'll be interesting because we're starting to get things done. Like I said, the storm shelter, doing cement tomorrow. I mean, some of the cement. We got to do the cement pad, and just a lot going on. And then planning to get some hikes in, some just exploring the area still. But it's just it's been an adventure. And thanks for coming along. And I'm going to leave it at that. Have a great New Year. Hopefully everybody had a great Christmas, and see you next year. Like and subscribe. I gotta support this shirt because it was a gift.